the most objective industry in the world. If your numbers stink, you're out. If your numbers are good, you get more money. It's the most Darwinian. It's beautiful. It's brutal. It works. All right, guys, let's roll. Buy 5 HMTT at an ace. See what happens. It's against puts. We're fine. I want to see if you can even buy it. Colgate opens up an eighth. IBM August 95 calls. I want an offering on 1,000. I want an offering on 1,000. I want an offering on 1,000.
You want 10 more of each?
Yes, double down, double down. I want 10. I want 1,000.
Pfizer, 17 1/4. It's X. We get the dividends.
Sold.
A new faith is sweeping the country, gathering strength by the day.
It's 25. It's 25. Okay. It's 25.
Over the years, as a financial reporter, I've watched money manager Jim Cramer turn into one of the market's most avid missionaries.
Colgate, Colgate, Colgate. Get me, get me, get me. There are 1,000 stocks out there that could make you rich, totally independent of what you do for a living. All right? If you had bought Merck in the 1950s, just bought 10,000 shares of Merck instead of buying U.S. savings bonds, you would not ever have to work again. 46 3/4 bid Cascade? I believe that stocks like Bristol-Myers, had they existed 100 years ago, there would have been no Marx, there would have been no communism, because what's happened is these stocks have made many millions of people rich, and they're going to do it again. Sold!
Take a look around. We've all become hooked on the stock market.
Within about 14 months, made about 30%, 40% of my money.
I'm up 35% in 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, I did 178% last year, so I'm doing well. I really enjoy it.
I got it.
The 1996 model stock market is the most overwrought, overexcited thyroid case, if you will, we've ever seen in this country.
Last 5-8, sell it at a half.
We're now using the stock exchange as a kind of souped-up, turbocharged national piggy bank and retirement plan.
People are in the market today because they're afraid not to be in the market. And this represents a tremendous change in the psyche of the country.
Funding for Frontline is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you. This is Frontline.
Pay 52 for 4,300 General Mills. That's for WD, right? I got you, baby.
For most of this century, the stock market belonged to insiders, men who spoke in a coded language and worked in the arena we call Wall Street.
Here's the Dow Jones Industrial.
But today, the stock market belongs to all of us.
It lists all the publicly traded companies in the U.S.
During a bull market that's lasted 14 years, a time that's seen the Dow Jones Industrial Average rise more than 5,000 points, tens of millions of Americans have become investors.
That would be a 50% rate of return annually.
There's never been anything like it.
I can make twice as much money in the stock market as working real hard in my regular business. And so I think it's an opportunity, and it's cleaner, it's less people, it's your brain and how much time you want to put into it.
And there's a feeling like everybody's making all this money on Wall Street. How do I get in on the action?
I have an office on Wall Street. I look out the window and I can see people queued up to visit the stock exchange, to kind of go in the visitors gallery and watch their wealth fructify. They want to go in there and watch the stocks go up. It's like they're visiting some French cathedral. They're out there taking pictures in front of this building, this Mecca.
Wall Street is one of the great symbols of the free market, but it's always been something most of us feared rather than embraced. That's what's changed. Today's market, we believe, is there for us, helping to send our kids to college, or to provide our retirement nest egg, or to make our lives better in 100 different ways.
This is corporate America at its finest, where the little guy gets to go in and buy a piece of Walgreens and be co-owners with all the rest of the Walgreens, Charles and all those very nice people. And we are part owners. So we're not gambling.
Good morning, everybody. This is Gary Goldberg on Money Matters. Welcome to the program, and we are here to...
Today, everybody's a part owner.
Because for the first time, many of you have decided to invest.
And they all want to talk about it.
Hello, Sharon. Good morning.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
We currently have most of our savings invested in the stock market. We're investing, making a profit, and selling it so we could pay off our credit cards, set up retirement, and the college for the children.
We found Sharon and her family in upstate New York. They are modern American investors.
We don't have any retirement, owning our own business. That's why we're in the stock market. We're trying to make some aggressive money very quickly. Russ works very hard. It's almost demeaning that he works this physically hard. He should be more mental.
How much of your savings are in the market right now? How much of your life savings?
Almost all of it.
Almost all of it.
Almost all of it, yeah.
As the whole industry continues riding high, but there are some clouds on the horizon.
Gee, IBM's 95, and I see Nike went up to 108 also. I could sit here all day and watch this, and just watch them go up and up.
Inflation remains well in hand.
Stop. Guys, come on. 111 7/8. Down 2 5/8. It was 125. I guess everything's still falling. Russ started watching CNBC, and I put it on at the carpet store. I just put it on one day, and I just watched the ticker tape go by. The stocks were going crazy. Some of them were starting at 10 and going to $80 a share.
Something like Microsoft when I first started watching it, I think it was almost $50 a share. What was that, about a year and a half, 2 years ago? And you sit there and watch that stock go up to $120. Yeah, you get kind of giddy about it.
What kind of stock do we have?
Microsoft.
Yeah, what are the call letters?
MSFT.
MSFT? If you look at the stock market, the overall, when it started back 100 years ago, the stock market was here. It's 1996, and it's up here. And it's gone up and down, but eventually it has ended on the up.
Sharon and Russ live in a small and modest house, but they have big plans.
This is our dream house. Look, here's the plans inside. This is where we're going to live in the back. There's a nice big great room. It's got an arch window up the stairs. We all picked out our own bedrooms. We look at it when we're off to work in the morning and when we come home tired. It's just like an incentive. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that nice?
The investment industry has aggressively courted baby boomers like Russ and Sharon. And no part of the industry has been more aggressive and more successful than the mutual funds, which offer people the alluring prospect of handing over their money to an expert, a fund manager, and watching him make dazzling gains.
85% of the money now in mutual funds has come in since 1990. So far in 1996, we've had more money come in into stock mutual funds than in any previous year in history.
Good morning and welcome to another mutual fund conference. It's a pleasure to see so many familiar faces and welcome you back. A little concerned about the beautiful nature of this room and can't help but wonder what that tells you about where we are in the market cycle.
By the spring of 1996, when we attended this mutual fund conference, the fund industry had topped the $3 trillion mark. That's more than the gross national product of France or Germany. And much of that money has streamed in just the last 3 years, as the market has made some of its most spectacular gains.
There are 7,000